welcome to Behind the Image. This is Ashley again. I'm here with Shelby Yardley today. Did I say your last name right?
Yep, Yardley.
Perfect.
Yep.
Awesome. I know it's sometimes stuff spelled a little different, so I always like to ask.
Yeah,
But
no.
so for those of you who don't know, Shelby, I'm sure you're most famous from MTV's Are You the One? That's probably what most people would recognize you from. But for
Yeah.
those of you, for anyone who doesn't know MTV or you or the show, what else can you tell us about who you are, what you came from, and what you do?
Yeah. I'm originally from Derby, Kansas. I grew up there. I was raised there, and then I just recently, 3.5 years ago, moved to LA to pursue acting. I'm also an actress. Well, mainly an actress. I
Yeah.
was really just a television personality for about a year or so. And right before I landed that, I was taking acting lessons and just I found it really interesting and super fun. And so it's something that I decided I wanted to actually pursue. So that's what I do now. I do modeling here and there. I'm sort of a health coach once in a while. um, yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's awesome. So you said you started acting around, you said 2015. Is that what I heard you say?
Yeah, I started acting in 2014,
Oh,
and
okay.
then I landed. I think I did the show in 2014. Are You the One? I think it was 2014. I don't know. It's crazy. Time passes so fast.
I know, it's
But
crazy.
yeah, I think it all started happening for me around like 2014.
Okay. Now, is acting something you always had wanted to pursue, or was that just something you kind of fell into, or how did you get into that field?
When I was really little, my mom tried to get me into modeling, and I auditioned for a commercial randomly when I was little. I like briefly remember it, and then for some reason we just didn't continue with it. But I really liked it. But my main focus, pretty much my entire life, was sports. I mean, my
Oh,
life
wow.
revolved around sports. I played basketball, volleyball, soccer, softball, track. So I did everything, and that's pretty much all I did. I also went to college for volleyball. So it actually wasn't until I think towards the end of my second year of college, I started taking acting lessons, and that's when I kind of took it more seriously, I guess. But
Okay.
yeah, it was sort of an interest, but I hadn't
Yeah.
really pursued it until recently. So yeah.
That's awesome that you kind of just
Yeah.
had like a normal upper, like you didn't really do acting at all when you're young. A lot of people that we talk to kind of do acting like on and off their whole life.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like I feel like I have such a late start. Whenever I talk to people here, they're like, "Yeah, I took theater my whole life and blah blah blah." And I'm like, "I feel so behind." But no, I feel like, everything kind of happens for a reason, and I'm happy to be in it now. And it seems like timing is right with it. And Are You the One helped me get here. So
That's
it seems
awesome.
like everything just kind of kept snowballing for me. And so I'm happy with the way it worked out.
So I know you do, or you were doing a little bit of modeling here and there too. I think I saw you were doing something with Macy's a little bit ago.
Hmm.
Did now you said you modeled a little bit when you were a kid. Was that something that you continued with throughout growing up as well, or is that just something you kind of did once and then started again as you were older?
Yeah, not really. I know my mom was like trying to get like a portfolio together for me, but I don't know what it was. Like, I guess I got too busy with sports or
Okay.
something, and we kind of just got off track from it. And then my main passion isn't modeling. I kind of just do it to, get extra money.
Okay.
And I kind of have like a non-exclusive agent for it. So they'll submit me sometimes. And, if I'm free, then I'll go to the casting or whatever. Sometimes I'll work with like Disney or Pandora or people like that. But ultimately, it isn't really my main passion. So I don't really pursue it much.
Okay.
But yeah, I do it here and there. And I've just recently picked back up on it. And it's fun. I like it.
Yeah. It's a good way just
Yeah.
to kind of make a little bit of income too while you're working on your acting, I would think. It kind of
Right. Yeah.
goes hand in hand a little.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Anything that kind of keeps me in the entertainment industry, I like to do. So yeah, at least it's not being a waitress or whatever like a lot of actors do. So
Yeah, that's true. Now you said you
yeah.
were from Kansas, correct?
Hmm.
Now, what is the biggest
Yep.
difference moving from Kansas to Los Angeles?
Oh God.
There's
There's
such a
so
different culture clash there.
Oh, it's yeah, it's huge. Definitely traffic and
Mm.
parking. Oh gosh. Parking is just insane. I can't tell you how many parking tickets I've gotten just over the whole 3.5 years that I've lived here. And the traffic is just crazy. I never get used to it. And also I think the people here are just so like busy. They're busy minded all the time. I mean, their mind's always like going and racing, and I
Yeah.
love it. But it's also so nice to go back to Kansas sometimes and just have everybody who's very like calm and just down to earth and nice. And it's definitely a change of pace for sure.
Yeah. Is what they say about big cities true in your opinion? Do you think people are much more like to themselves and kind of like not as willing to kind of meet new people? It's like harder to meet people, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I definitely think so. People, yeah, and you
Mhm.
never know in big cities if people are, if they have good intentions, like if they actually
Mm.
like you, or if they're trying to like, I don't know, use you or get to know you for some other reason other than the fact that maybe they just like you. Um, but yeah, I would definitely say that people are a lot more clicky here as well. Like
Okay.
they have a group of friends, and I feel like people are very hesitant to let new people in for that reason.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely different.
Okay. I've actually never been to Los Angeles. The closest city to us would be New York, and
Okay.
it's kind of the same feel
Where
though. It's very
are you
crazy.
located?
Pennsylvania.
Okay,
So
yeah,
like probably 5 hours from New York City.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
definitely East Coast, yeah. Yeah, and I've heard it's even completely different from New York City. I haven't really been there, so
Oh,
but
okay.
my boyfriend lived there for 6 years, so he always tells me the differences, and it sounds like just as crazy as LA.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, how long
Yes.
have you been with your boyfriend that you're with now?
Together going on 2 years now. So,
Okay.
yeah, I met him beginning of last year.
Oh, that's so exciting. So clearly, Are You the One love did not work out, is what you're telling
No,
us.
definitely did not work in my favor. No.
Oh
Um,
no.
which is fine, at least well, my perfect match, is still with Jenny. So, at least they found something. So
That's
that's
true.
good. But
I
yeah,
feel,
no, for me, it didn't really work out for me, but I'm happy because I love my boyfriend. He's amazing, and I'm thankful it
yeah.
didn't work out.
Yeah, that's so true. Now,
Yeah, yeah.
what would you say like your main goal or aspiration would be in the entertainment field?
My main goal, like I guess my overall dream, is to just basically be a working actress, and just solely, be making money from acting,
Okay.
and just be booking. I mean, I'd love to be in like action thrillers. I'm really looking for those lead roles in movies like that. But yeah, ultimately, I personally, like, I know a lot of people are in it for fame or they're in it to, make tons of money or whatever, but I
Hmm.
would just be happy paying my bills just by acting. And I think that's like my goal.
Hey, that's a good goal though. That's an
Yeah.
achievable goal. It's not too
Yeah.
crazy, which is good.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's awesome. Now, is there any type of roles that you like would not do? Like hands down, you would just be like, no.
I guess it depends. Like, I'm pretty open minded and I'm always willing to, like, hear different roles. And sometimes, like in my mind, I'm like, I never want to do rom coms. Like, that's kind of like just my thing. Like, I don't really like rom coms. Um, and I don't really like to do comedy myself, but I always get callbacks for comedy, and it just I don't know. I don't know why. So I'd like to say that I don't want to do rom coms, but I'm open to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not ever going to be completely closed off to anything. I'll always listen first and kind of really give it thought before I just shut it down. But ideally, I'm not super interested in rom coms.
Okay, that makes sense. Now,
Yeah.
I feel like you would actually be really good in like a comedy though. It's kind of funny that you said like you get a lot of callbacks for that. I don't know. I just feel like with your personality, I could see you doing something like
Really, it's that's so funny. I know.
that.
My boyfriend's always like, no, like you have that sense of humor, you know,
Yeah.
you're really good with like I'm great with sarcasm because I'm kind of sarcastic myself and I love dry humor. It's the best. Like my favorite actress and actor are in comedy. It doesn't make any sense. I don't make any sense, but yeah, I don't know, I'm open to it. You know what I mean? I think it would
Yeah.
be fun. I think it would be fun.
Now, who would you just said your favorite actor and actress? Who would those be?
My favorite actress is Jennifer Aniston. She's
Okay.
obviously just Jennifer Aniston. She's amazing. And my favorite actor is Jason Sudeikis.
Oh, that's awesome. Those are good.
Yeah.
Those are good people. I don't think I could pick one. Like if I had to think about it, it's hard.
I know they're definitely my tops, but like I have definitely like a group of 10 solid, you know, actors and actresses that I just love. But it's so hard to pick one because there's so many good ones.
Yeah, that should be on your bucket list to just meet all of them.
It is, and to
There you
work
go.
with them.
And to work with that. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be like a small town dream right there.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing.
That's awesome. Um, Now on the other side of entertainment a little bit, do you dabble into any other sort of entertainment like writing, directing, producing, anything along
Actually,
those lines?
yes. Yes, recently I have started getting more into the other side of the camera. I just helped my boyfriend with being an assistant director because he's a director and a
Oh,
VFX artist. So I was helping him direct, which I found really fun. And now I'm really interested in that. I'm also currently working on creating my own pilot that I plan on pitching hopefully
mm,
next year. That's kind of my goal.
wow.
And then I also am learning to color right now, and I just booked my first gig for that. So I'm also going to be working on coloring for film.
That's awesome. That's so
Yeah,
cool. I like that it's so like versatile. You can kind of just do a little bit of everything. That's really
yeah,
neat.
yeah. I feel like a lot of people, they're like, oh no, I want to be an actor and that's all
Mhm.
I can do, or like, they think that that's what they have to do, but like. It helps you even so much more if you do want to act being on the other side of the camera,
Yeah.
doing all these other things, or vice versa. If you want to be a director, it helps also knowing acting and writing and
Yeah.
whatever. So yeah, it's good to know everything, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that. Now, do you still take acting classes now, or are you kind of done with that process and now you're just moving forward to auditions and callbacks?
Mhm. Um, so I'm trying to think of the last time I took a class. I think it was the end of 2016 or maybe the beginning of last year. I haven't taken one in a
Okay.
while. I was taking them in West Hollywood for a little bit, but it's just so expensive. You're already paying for so much as just being an actor here, and
Yeah.
it's pretty tough. So I'm not really taking classes right now. I'm more so focusing on like skills. Like
Yeah.
I just took a stunt fighting class,
Oh,
so
that's
I'm
fun.
learning stunt fighting. And I also really want to get like an accent coach because I'd love to just nail down some accents. And so, I guess more like technique stuff. But
Okay.
I do like to take classes once in a while just to brush up and just to keep myself, in the loop.
Yeah. Now, can you do any accents yet? I know you said you need an accent coach. Do you have any that you can do already?
No, not really. Not
No.
No. I mean, I just play around or I just goof around, but I really if I ever accept a role where I have to do an accent, I want to make sure that I'm so good that I fool someone who is
Yeah.
from there. You know what I mean? I did an audition and it was with a Jersey accent. So hard, so
Oh.
hard, and I luckily my old roommate is from Jersey, so I was like, "Help me, please!" I was like, "Help me! I don't know how to do a Jersey accent," and it was horrible, and I didn't get it. But yeah, it's good practice, and I definitely want to get a coach to nail it down more because I
Yeah.
definitely don't know them yet.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I don't think I could do an accent either. I feel like I would embarrass myself and probably everyone else.
I do, yeah, I do.
Aw. Now, we talked about a little bit. You just booked like a film recently. Can we talk about that yet or not yet?
I don't think yet,
Okay.
just because we're still filming it, and so I don't really think they've given us the green light to like talk about it much. But I can say it's going to be really exciting. It's a full length feature film, so
Mm.
it'll be pretty cool. It's definitely like an action type
Okay.
thing, and yeah, it's gonna be really cool. I don't even know if the name of it is necessarily nailed down yet, so
Okay.
I'm gonna wait until they give me all the details, and then I'm gonna post for everyone and
Yeah.
let you guys know where to watch it. But yeah, it should be pretty cool.
That's so exciting though. Congratulations at least for your first film though. That's so exciting for an actor.
Yeah, thank you. I've booked some other films, but not for a lead.
A lead
So this
role.
is my first lead role, which I'm really excited about. I really needed that, so it's
That's so
been fun.
cool.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Now I
yeah.
saw looking at your social media, you do some like YouTube video stuff as well, correct?
Um,
Or was that just for
I
a friend?
Yeah, I don't really have a YouTube. I kind of tried to dip into it a little bit, and I just don't think it's really for me. Like being myself scares the shit out of me. So I'm like, I don't want to be myself. Like
Yeah.
I love being other people and I love playing roles, but even in Are You the One, I was like more of the quiet one, I feel like. I didn't really
Yeah.
have this huge personality. I'm more of an introvert. So YouTube and reality for me is definitely like it definitely tests me. Um but my boyfriend has a YouTube, and so I kind of do some videos for him. And then I've recently been working with Lele and Hannah
Yes.
Stocking, Anwar,
That's what
some
I
big
saw.
YouTubers. Yeah, I've been working on some skits with them. My boyfriend works with them, so he kind of got me that gig, and now they kind of just ask me if they ever need somebody.
Yeah.
So it's really fun though. It helps me actually a lot with my own career. So it's kind
That's
of
so
just something I
cool.
do for fun here and there.
Yeah. That's so cool. I just feel like it's so cool. You can just do like so many different things with acting. You can go like do a YouTube, or you can go be on a film, or you can go be on a music video. So
Right.
many different options.
Yeah, it's totally whatever you want to do, which is so
Yeah.
fun to me.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's so cool. Now, does your whole family still live back in Kansas then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do. I still don't have any family out here. When I
Oh,
first moved here, I didn't know anybody besides, well, I had a couple castmates out here. Tyler Pratt lives out here at the time, and Alex, the guy Alex from my season, he still lives out here, but they were the only people I knew. And I didn't have any family out here, so yeah, they're all still in Kansas.
oh no. I bet that's hard because I feel like I remember you posting you and your mom were very close, correct?
Yeah, both of them, because I have two moms.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm really close with both of them. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
they really, and they're one and only. So
That's awesome. Now you said you
yeah.
didn't know anyone moving to LA. How was that for you? Like mentally? Like I feel like that would be mentally exhausting for my life.
Right, I know. I feel like a lot of people feel that way, but I don't know. For me, it was like oddly easy.
That's good.
I don't know. I kind of loved just winging it and coming out here and kind of just figuring it out on my own. And I feel like, not having any connections has definitely, in the end, whenever I reach that goal and that point where I'm like, yes, like, I've achieved my dreams, it's going to feel so much more satisfying because I didn't have anybody and I worked so hard to get there myself.
That's true.
Um, but yeah, no, actually, my personality is like, out of all 16 personality types, mine is the most independent out of all 16. So
Oh wow.
if that tells yeah, if that tells you anything, I'm pretty independent. So as far as that goes, I was like, no, I'm feeling good. Let's go.
That's awesome. That's so
Yeah.
cool. Now, we talked a little bit about your acting that you're doing with the film that we're not going to talk about too much, but other than that, do you have anything else that's like new and coming up that you've been working on?
Um, I'm auditioning a ton right now. I'm shooting the film right now. I just booked a commercial that I'm going to be flying out for to San Francisco for a couple days next week. I'm currently working on the pilot that I'm hoping to be able to pitch next year. So besides that, no, I'm just kind of continuing to audition,
Okay.
um, hoping that I have a new film I can work on whenever I finish this one. So just just kind of keeping it going, I guess.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
very cool though. At least I feel like that's neat that you can, or you're just kind of starting out and just kind of climbing up a little bit and working it out. Because so many people I feel like already have, like you said, connections when they start into the world, or they've been doing it since they were young. So I feel like you coming
Right.
in at this game is like so hard, I'm sure for you, but it's so neat to watch your journey.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's definitely tough. Like you said, I feel like everyone out here either has a connection or they have family in the business or yeah, they started when they were like 5 or
Yeah.
6 or whatever. And so yeah, I'm coming in late and with no connections. So it's been a struggle, but yeah, it's so much fun. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Oh, that's awesome though. Now, other than your boyfriend, you said he does some directing, correct?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Does he kind of help you out then with stuff, or are you signed like with an agency, or do you just do your own stuff?
Kind of a mix of everything, really. I
Okay.
mean, oh, I forgot to mention that I just shot another skit actually with Lele and Anwar, two big
Okay.
YouTubers. So that should be coming out soon, and uh, he gets me those. So a lot of the YouTube stuff I get through him. But as far as film and commercials and stuff like that, I get that on myself mainly. I do have a commercial agent, so they kind of help me out with commercials. But besides that, I pretty much find all of my film and TV auditions myself, just
Okay.
because right now I'm still working on building my reel. And in order to get an agent, you have to have a reel, but in order to have a reel, you have to have work. So it's like this huge,
Yeah.
giant, messy circle. So yeah, I probably won't have any really big auditions until I land an agent. So that's kind of my next step in the game, I guess.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
like anything. It's hard to find stuff. I don't think many people realize how hard like the acting world is when it comes to like booking things. I feel like people think you just kind of go in and it magically just happens. Because you
Yeah.
normally only see like the glamorous side of actors.
Right. Yeah. They only see like our Instagram or like they think that
Yeah.
we live this luxurious life and
Yeah.
we don't at all. Like last year, my boyfriend and I, we were on what we call the 99-cent store diet. And we seriously had like 2 or 3 weeks to make like $20 to $30 work.
Oh
And
my
between
gosh.
like yeah, I mean, it was crazy. We would like eat just like cans of tuna or like we were struggling. I mean,
Yeah.
struggling. And people don't see that part of it. And you somehow have to still make it to auditions, and you somehow still have to like pay for classes and headshots and
Yeah.
your services online in order to find those auditions. And it's crazy, and you have to try to make money at the same time, and it's so much hard work, but eventually I feel like if you just stay consistent with it, it kind of
Yeah.
just starts, you know I
Paying off.
don't know, coming all together.
Yeah. Well, that's with anything, any job, any life thing, decision, you have to just kind of keep going until you make it or find something else, I guess, if you don't want to continue.
Right.
Would you ever or would you plan to ever do reality TV again? I know you said reality TV is not your strong suit,
Yeah.
but would you consider it?
Probably not, no, because I have had to consider it. Because a lot like the challenge has Are You the
Mhm.
One people that come on it, and for a while after Are You the One, I was being considered quite a bit for the challenge. And they would call me, and I went in one time. I got pretty far into the casting process for it, but then I ended up not getting it.
Okay.
And I was kind of struggling with that then, on if should I do this or will it hurt my career, because it's kind of a thing like if you do too much reality TV, then you won't really be taken seriously in film and
I've heard
television.
that.
So it was such a struggle for me, but ultimately I decided that I probably shouldn't. So I just don't think it's for me. It was
Yeah.
fun that one time, but I don't really think that I have the personality for it. Just because of I remember being with my castmates during Are You the One, and I would be like the quiet one, and I would get so mad at myself. I was like, why aren't I fun? Why can't I like be outgoing with like them? Like why can't I like think of like funny stuff to say? And it's just I realized like, oh, I'm an introvert. That's why. I don't
Yeah.
have the same kind of personality as them, and they're great for TV in that sense, but I feel like I'm more suited for like, film and
Yeah.
television on the acting side of it.
Yeah. Now, speaking of like you being an introvert, now since you kind of have that personality already, what made you decide to even try to go into like not to try to go into reality TV, but to do reality TV at all?
Um,
What was that like deciding factor?
yeah, yeah. Well, there's a couple of things. So then I actually didn't know I was an introvert, and that's why I would get so mad at myself because
Oh,
I always had so many friends in school and stuff, and I was like, no, yeah, like I'm personable and I talk and
yeah.
whatever, and I was like, no, I'm an extrovert, like I'm the life of the party. I would like try to convince myself of that, and I just wasn't. And I feel like when I finally, like found myself, I guess, in LA, and I realized, who I am and what I want and just everything about myself, I realized then that, oh, I'm an introvert. Like that's why I felt so uncomfortable then. But
Yeah.
then I didn't know that. So I thought it would be a good idea. But also, I started taking acting lessons in January of 2014. And then in February, I was like, okay, I'm just going to go online and like try to find some auditions, for, in the Midwest area because
Yeah.
I didn't know how it worked. And so I think I Googled like auditions or something, auditions in the Midwest. And I watched Are You the One and the first season, and it said, like casting for reality show on MTV, Are You the One, season 2. And I was like, oh, I love that show. Oh my God. And so I just randomly, like submitted my stuff for it or whatever. And from there, like, and then they called me and the casting process just kept going further and
Yeah.
further. And I just kind of kept going with it. And I never expected to actually get it, but yeah, I guess that's why I did it. I just thought it would be cool, and I was looking for
Okay.
auditions.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's awesome though. I think that's kind of
Yeah,
funny that it just kind of all spiraled from there, and that's kind of what got you into doing more acting though.
yeah, I know, it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's so funny.
That's awesome. Although I would love to see you on a challenge though, I'm not gonna lie. I know it's not good for your career, so I'll tell you not to do it. But
You're a win.
I
No,
know.
it's so funny actually. Speaking of the challenge, like I, you can ask any of my friends, like middle. I can't remember when it started. Like, was it middle school for me, or maybe early high school? But whenever I was a
Yeah.
fan from day one of the challenge, and well, back then it was Real World versus Road Rules.
Road rules. Yeah.
And I loved it. I was so obsessed with the show because, I played so many sports and I was like, oh my God, it was like my life goal to be on that show.
Oh,
It was so funny. I was like, I knew all of like Johnny Bananas. I knew all those people before like I even did any of this. And I was like,
yeah.
I'm so obsessed with that show. My friends would come over on, I think it was Wednesdays, like, and do homework and watch the challenge because I'd be like, everybody has to watch it. I was like the biggest fan, and that was like such a big goal for me. And so it was so funny to me how after, I think it was actually after my season when they started putting people on the challenge.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? I was like, this is crazy. I was like, that was like a dream of mine.
Yeah.
And it still is. I think it'll always be like, ah, man, like wish that could have been me, but I just don't think it's what I'm supposed to do, but
Yeah.
it would be so much fun, like in my dream world.
That's awesome. No, I feel like that says a lot about like what you're trying to do though, because you're trying to do like serious acting and reality TV kind of sets a precedent. I feel like for you to not be taken as seriously just because people see you as more of a character than
Yeah, right. I
a
think so
serious
too.
role. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's awesome though that you're trying to just keep it like serious and mature and not just do reality TV because it's convenient and fun and money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know. There's something that I need further, I guess, out of it.
Yeah.
And that just, because, it isn't scripted. Like, I don't know, I
Yeah.
think some people think it's scripted, but it's not. It's definitely not acting in any shape or form.
No.
Everything on there is actually us. So, and that just, it doesn't really cut it for me. I don't know. I don't like being myself. It freaks me out.
So we'll never see a reality TV show about your home life. That's what you're saying.
I don't think ever be keeping up with the Yardleys or whatever. Right?
That would be hilarious.
You know.
Oh gosh, no, probably not, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So, before we end the call, I'm just gonna recap a little bit. So we have coming up from you, basically what we have to look forward to. We have your pilot coming up that you're gonna be doing within the next year, hopefully.
Yep.
We have
Yep.
your feature film. Do you have a timeline for when you'll be able to announce stuff about that?
Um, we are wrapping up filming this weekend. I think Monday is our last day of filming.
Okay.
So, and I think editing for this should be a pretty quick turnaround, maybe a couple of months or so. So I think maybe by the beginning of next year, maybe like
Okay.
January, I think January they'll probably like have a trailer for us to release or finalize
Yeah.
details, I guess.
That's awesome. Well, I can't wait
Yeah.
to hear more and like kind of just see what you're doing, and I can't wait to see the film. That'll be so exciting.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm really excited.
I bet. That's like a lead role, and that's so exciting for an actor, especially a new actor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Um, Now, is there anything I didn't touch base on that you wanted to go over for your fans to kind of know about?
Not really. No, I think
Okay.
we covered everything. I think, yeah, I pretty much said everything I'm up to. Oh, and I'm gonna have a YouTube skit with Layla and Anwar coming out.
Oh, there you go.
And I think pretty recent, probably or maybe next week. I don't know, maybe
Okay.
sooner. So that will be coming up pretty soon. And then besides that, no, just trying to stay active and get more out there and keep everybody in the loop. And yeah.
That's awesome. Now, how can your fans support you better, like with your mission and your dreams? What could fans do to help you along in the process?
I guess just being supportive and just continuing to support me and Instagram and Facebook I would say are my biggest what I update the most.
Okay.
So if you want to stay in the loop and find out what I'm up to, I pretty much always keep those updated. So I would suggest following me on those and yeah, just commenting. I usually see all the comments. So, if you ever want to reach out to me, I pretty much always see them. So, yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for sitting down and just making a little bit of time in your schedule. I know you're probably busy with filming and everything else, but we really appreciate you coming on and just kind of sharing what you've been up to and what you have coming up.
Yeah, no problem. It's been so much fun. I really appreciate you having me.